Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild. I am back to working on the big truck, again the mobile base, and I'm doing random stuff. You can see that I finally changed out all the railings. I moved over to using one of the conveyor air vent blocks here instead of having the air vents stick out here. I'm thinking about to move the build and repair systems somewhere else so that I have space up here to maybe, I don't know, set up some of the blocks we need for food processing, all that stuff. And I also added solars and oxygen farms to the trailer and set them up with smart rotors so that they go and produce us some power and some oxygen, so we don't need to gather ice all the time. Now the next things I want to do is clean up this deck. I still want to use it to maybe be able to land a ship on here, but that was never the main purpose, kind of, because again, before I had cargo drones and I had a rig set up here that the cargo drones could land on, but yeah, for the rovers I kind of want to get rid of that, and so we should find a place where I can set up a way to fill the rover, or maybe it's not this is not a mining base. This is not meant for pure mining, but to basically to bring in a rover and fill the cargo holds of this thing with maybe some plates, some stuff like that. And then I also want to work maybe to establish a way to mine again. I had an arm on here that I was able to control with MarmOS, so that I could dig out some ores. Mainly here, the boulders that are at that point, by the way, they were broken, I think. I don't remember anymore, but we have boulders. We can dig out these boulders with maybe a robot, not a robot arm, something like a crane. And that's something I want to prepare again. I decided that I want to have it somewhere off of this area here. So maybe I will build up something here on the side that I can put the robot, a cockpit on here, or a control module that I can use to steer the robot arm, and then be able to drill out some boulders if we need that. I think I will use Fun's crane script for that and try if that still works. It is the best solution here, because every other rig, I think, would be just too... Don't know. If I would set up other mining methods, I would have to, I think, clear out a lot of space so that I can set that up. With a crane setup or an excavator setup, I can maybe store the arm, don't know, somewhere here in the front again, and just hang it here. I don't know, so that I can drive away and have this thing stored relatively in a relatively small package. We will see how that works out. So first we should remove this connector. Again, the connector was here for the cargo drones. The cargo drones are still available, but I think I can get rid of a lot of the external attachments now for them. I might use them for away from orbit to base, but not for the mobile base anymore. I will mainly go with, or not mainly. The plan is to just have rovers here that ferry stuff along. I still worked a bit on this thing. I'm running into the problem that I need more and more gyroscope to keep it upright and to also make it steerable. So this thing turns at the moment, turns very slowly, you can see that. And I don't know, that's something we need to control because, otherwise it is, I don't know how many gyros I need to throw on this thing. That's that's a balancing act in the pun not intended, but it is a balancing act to see how many gyros I need to stick on there. I have, I think, 3 gyros that control the balancing, and at one point I might need to go and add more, tell the script to use more. I'm not sure how to go on with this. I need a seed now to eat. At the moment, more to drink, but I need a nom seed. Don't have one on here. That's also something we need to address. Again, the whole food situation. This. Oh, come on. I need to turn down the volume here a bit. The food situation needs to be addressed. And come on. Yes, thank you. Come on, bring that up. Thanks. Good. And also storage. The refinery is done. Assembler is also here, so that is something we don't need to address. But yeah, the whole issue. I don't want to remove the skylights. I have space on the sides here, so maybe if I open up the side. Oh no, I don't have space on the sides. Yeah, I will have to get a way to, maybe if I bring it to out here, open this up. Open this, come on. This up. And then I can dig into here and maybe have some blocks run on the sides. Why is it open still? Come on, close that off. Now I lost a lot of oxygen. I can maybe carry some conveyors here into that area, and then we connect this up to the crane up top. Good, that's maybe a good idea. That could work out. I was happy to see that people were really happy with the start of Corvus, formerly known as Fundland. The new server, or the second season of the server I'm running. We are still open for more players, by the way. Again, you can play your own thing there. the only thing that we require you to is to, if you don't want to partake in just the streams, and at the moment we are confined to a space. If you don't want that, then don't disturb the streamers there. But if you want to just play, then that's a thing you could do. Information are on my Discord, and yeah, people seem to be really happy with mainly Ramethab cooked up there for the storyline. There's no real storyline, but there is a bit of a starting out event we do. We had some discussions about some mods, and we have one broken thing on there that we constantly talk about, but it has to do with the ragdolls. But for now, we can't remove that. Then there is, I don't know, people were not happy with having thruster damage turned on or something like that. But in all, it went really well. That's what I wanted to say. Always glad when that happened, when the stress is not too much. Today I updated. Today's Sunday. I'm recording that for Monday. Today I updated the mod list just a tiny bit because people wanted to have certain mods included about cameras. But that's fine. How much stuff do I still have? One thing I will get rid of is this. I might remove some of that stuff. There's at the moment guns on here that I'm not sure I can afford anymore. We will have to see if that works with a power amount that I can produce and the power amount that I can store. I might run into a problem, and I have to do something about this backside here. It looks, the whole backside, this looks too bulky, and then the backside looks kind of flimsy. I'm not sure. I need to do something about this. Okay, we have this now for the new crane. Let us bring in an advanced rotor. It is the small one, small advanced rotor, And we can go and do this. That should work for mining. I'm not sure how many drills I want to have on this. This is all a thing I need to figure out over time. Good. The next, I could cover this up. This will stay here just for, don't know, for emergencies or something like that. I had a tower here before with a gun on it. Didn't turn out too well, so we can leave that off for now. The amount of fighting I will have to do with this thing, I'm not too sure. But once we depart and search for, I don't know, search for bases or something like that could still be here. I don't know. I might have to add at least a small amount of weapons. I'm not sure. We will see. Good. I think this I can remove. Because this was just here for the drones. The drones need an antenna on the grid they are supposed to land on. That's why I had this one here. But we have the front antenna here. I think that's completely enough. We need more materials. I need to bring in some materials from the base. Maybe I will do that in a bit. Good. And then we start a way to bring in some things. The problem again is this is the setup I have for unloading materials from the bases. So I would have to have a similar setup on the truck to be able to connect the cargo, the cargo transporter to the truck too. I'm not sure if that is something I can do on the truck. Let me think about that for a bit. I'm using the same thing that I have on the base and on the big mining rover. The only, there's no difference, but I'm brought it in so close that I can completely pull the whole thing in and have these conveyors sit on top of the slopes here. So the only thing sticking out is this part, and then the part where the camera sits. That's something I'm still deciding if I want to keep that, because after that I kind of said, hey, why not open up the wall, because I had space here, open up the wall, put a seat in here that this thing is basically responsible for. So this seat will be set up in the MarmoS script that I've brought onto this programmable block. This one is for the crane up top. Before this programmable block went from MarmoS to SEMS Autopilot back to MarmoS, but this seat will control this whole thing, and so maybe I can just get rid of the camera and view this thing while I'm just working with it. That could be a way to deal with it. Maybe. Okay, one thing I need to do is, and I shouldn't forget that, is this will not control wheels and it will not control thrusters. So it will also not control gyros, and it's not responsible for the inertia dampeners. Getting rid of that. Otherwise, this thing would, once I use MarmoS, it will try to move the wheels and all that stuff, and that's not what should happen. So with this setup, and I will let us try in a sec if this works. If this works, then again I will just get rid of it. This is connected up via the top with a conveyor block that I still need to integrate into the rest of the system. It should be, yeah, it must be this one. So just get some conveyors going and try to connect it up. And then I will close the windows here. Let us first test it, then I can fly out here all the time. This is not too much of an impact on the size anyways, because the part over the wheels is sticking out anyways. So I can just then bring that in. This needs to extend. I will have to figure out the setup again. I'm not sure how to use this. MarmoS is throwing some arrows. I'm not sure how long this is, this is working. So I will copy this, because I think this is then the configuration. I can say piston arm 1, piston arm 3, piston arm 2. That are the different pistons I have here. Axis X, axis Y, axis Z, So let me bring that into the other programmable block. It's open on the side. I could have flown in there. Turn this on, edit this, and then we go and use just the same. We can rename it later if we need to and use different names here, but I need to figure out what was ARM 1, what was ARM 2 and all that stuff. So the controller is called ARM controller. ARM controller, okay. And this is ARM 1. I think this is ARM 2 then. No, this is ARM 3, then this is ARM 2, okay. Let us go and say piston ARM ARM 1, piston ARM 2, and piston ARM 3. That should work out. And this is then K control seat ARM controller. I need to be careful with this because if I ever hook this back up to the base, then we might run into a problem there. So I will have to take a look if I can rename the things here so that it already works. So bring this in. I could rename this so that, because this for example, I'm pressing right and it goes left. I think I can change this. This still works out. Okay, I can set this up again. I've set this one to not have so much of a reach, and I think I will just up this by 2, 4. I think I don't need more. Okay, this works too. The only thing that I definitely need to do is it's harder than I thought. It's this is harder than I thought. Different perspective. How close am I? I'm completely off. Okay. Not good. I need to, for one, change piston arm 3. This needs to be a negative value. I think that is set up somewhere in here too. So piston arm 3 is... I think I can... Where can I give this? I can set it to say I want this thing to work in a different direction. Advanced example piston X. Is it by setting? You can put a minus when you want the opposite of an exit. Yeah, that's what I thought. So I can just put a minus in here, and then piston arm 3 should be reversed. Decompile. And then... Yes, okay. We will go up here again. So, back, in, down. In. There it is, but... If I can get that every time. The camera sticks out so far. So I could put the camera maybe on the side or something like that. That would make it not stick out so far. Then I could at least have a visual on what I'm doing there. But then, no, I don't need to remove that then. Okay, that can stay that way. The whole setup is to be used with a camera. So that's why this is up and down for my usual movement. And this is backwards, forwards. So usually on the others of these, I have a camera that is just, yeah, just set up so that it is like the normal blind steering. Maybe I can set up the minimum of the, although it doesn't seem to spark or something like that, so maybe it's not that bad. There seems to be, yeah, there seems to be a bit of a, it's good, it can stay that way. The camera, I will take a look if there's anything I can do differently with it. Then I need the 1x1 flat. And then the slope to close this. And that is done. So we have a way now to transport things into the big rover. That's a good thing. The next thing would be to set up this. What's the time? I will at least try to get the first steps done. So put a remote control on here and maybe a way to bring this up. I have to see how I can do this. This time I will have to work with conveyors, I'm pretty sure. Can I, if I use blocks around here, will that scrape? Let me test that. Build vision. Build vision has encountered a problem and will need to reload. Press X in the upper right hand corner to cancel. System null reference exception. Object reference not set. Dark helmet, build vision. So because of the multi-floor elevator, build vision doesn't work, or what is the problem? Okay, yeah, I don't know what that was again. So let me... I will just do a turn so that I can see if this... doesn't seem to be problematic, so I think I can go with this. So let us stop this again. And now we can build this up, I would say. So I want to have a remote control here. The remote control will be basically the thing that controls the arm then itself. I don't want to have a cockpit on there. I want to be able to do that from the inside. The whole thing then will be set up to use a camera, and I will basically have a similar steering as I would have with the other Marmoise thing. Oh, let me do something to not have that thing so bulky. I can remove some of the things. Okay, I need a good way to position. Nah, this needs to go on the other side. I need a good way to position the rotor, and the problem will be that maybe I can put it on the back. Advanced rotor. The thing is that I can't keep all the controls in my head, especially for all the scripts I have. So I will have to take a look at the controls for FunScript 2 to see how this works out. So I will limit this rotor to certain limits, so I don't crash it into the vehicle itself, I think. So what I need to do is advanced rotor. Bring conveyors round. Have the rotor sit here. And it will be, for convenience, set up. I have the 0 on top. So this one will be limited to... Oh. I can't limit it to this motion. I need to bring it out one more. I need to bring it out one more. I need the space basically on this side so that I can move it down more than it should go. We'll have to set up rotor locks for everything. Everything needs rotor locks later. But okay, let me go first and... Oh, why is this happening? Oh, it fell. It fell. It's loose. It's loose. It's not good. It separated. It separated the grid. So I need to have a block in the front that holds the whole thing up. Come on. And then put some armor blocks on that. And now I can put the remote control back on. It is so... It is so weird. But okay, with this I can now build the stuff around it. So, Fun made a relatively good explanation for how to set up his stuff. So, edit this. First you need one cockpit with the name Crane Cockpit. That will be the remote control. Copy. The remote control will be named Crane Cockpit. I need a panel on here somewhere. Done. And then I think I need to name the... Why am I so slow? And then I think I need to name crane move AD. Okay, that is the... Then the pistons, rotors need to be in a group with one of these names. Okay. Copy, okay. I will first test this out. Did the simulation speed tank? No, it didn't. I'm running so slow. It could be the fact that the whole thing is not standing on flat ground. But we'll have to see. Okay, the advanced rotor. Okay, advanced rotor trailer. This is the advanced rotor. Is this one incomplete? No, this one is complete. So this one is incomplete. Ouchie. I'm running very, very slow here too. Can I change that somehow? Oh, okay. I don't know what changed. Is there a... I need to see if there's a setting for the whole walking, running thing. Something changed and I don't know what. Good. Let me fill up my bottles, set that up, and then I will come back to you with, hopefully, at least the working under part of this whole thing. Back in a sec. This is a good start. I had to change the plans a bit because the script threw an error with the remote control, so I have to use a cockpit now, but it works. I might have to take a look at the settings because at the moment it turns relatively slow. I'm not sure if I can change that. We'll have to see, but it at least turns. That's a good thing. Now I can set up the rest of the thing at one point. Again, I don't want to work on this anymore today. I think I'm running long anyways, and so I will build more of this in don't know, when I have time, and I have to, don't know, maybe give this a bit of a neater look too. And it's at the moment, again, I'm changing things on existing projects. That's always something that I don't know how it works out all of the time. I need more materials. That's another thing I need to bring in. More ingots for everything. Basically, it's just the worst. But now with this thing, I can at least do that. That's good. The camera thing I need to change, and then yeah. What else do I need to do? Again, I need to work on this area. Again, this whole thing here needs a bit better integration. It kind of looks weird that it is so thin and this part is so bulky. I'm not sure, although there's a lot of space in here. So that's a rolling living quarter, basically. And this is just the work area. I need to work on this here, by the way, again, because I need this thing to go down a lot more. But I'm pretty happy that I have it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gotten to any bottles when I dropped there. But this? Why is this? Okay, oh, I need girders too. Oh, man. Do I still have the material for stuff like that? I hope. Can turn this one back on. Yeah, good people. But I think there's more work to be done before we roll out again with this thing. And, don't know, explore the area. That's something I need to do. Grab some more materials for this machine here. All these things. But I think we're on a good way with this. Now with power production hopefully sorted out, and also oxygen, we can concentrate on that stuff, and maybe, don't know, modifying some other things. Not sure yet. It's all coming to me while I'm building here. Good. People, I think that's all for today. I hope you liked this episode. If you did, please leave a like on this. If you are new here, then consider subscribing. I'm doing this 2, sometimes 3 times a week, and there's also live streaming happening. People, thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next episode. See ya, guys.